Have you ever wondered what happens when good money and bad money collide? This is the heart of Gresham's law, an economic principle that explains the curious phenomenon of bad money driving good money out of circulation. Named after Sir Thomas Gresham, the law states that when a government compels the use of both good and bad money as legal tender, people will hoard the good money and spend the bad money. Good money refers to currency that is widely accepted, durable, and retains its value over time, like gold or silver coins. Bad money is less stable, prone to depreciation or less desirable, such as paper money that is easily counterfeited or coins made with less precious metals. When both good and bad money are mandated as acceptable forms of payment, people are more likely to spend the less valuable money and save the more valuable one. This is simply because it makes economic sense to do so. To fully grasp Gresham's law, imagine a government introducing new coins into circulation that contain a lower percentage of precious metal. Both the old and new coins are legal tender, meaning they can be used to settle debts and make purchases. Rational individuals will start hoarding the old coins, which contain more precious metal, and spend the new debased coins. As this behavior becomes widespread, the good money, the old coins, gradually disappears from circulation. It is either hoarded, melted down for its precious metal content, or traded at a premium. Merchants and traders, aware of the debased currency, may adjust their prices upwards to compensate for the perceived loss in value. This fuels inflation, as the purchasing power of the currency diminishes. This creates a vicious cycle where bad money drives out good money, leading to a decline in the overall quality of the currency in circulation. Gresham's law has played out repeatedly throughout history, shaping the economic landscapes of empires and nations. One of the earliest examples can be found in ancient Rome, where successive emperors, facing financial constraints, resorted to debasing the silver denarius, the standard Roman currency. By gradually reducing the silver content of the denarius and introducing coins made with base metals, they hoped to stretch the imperial coffers. However, this policy led to inflation and economic instability, illustrating the long-term dangers of debasing the currency. Centuries later, King Henry VIII of England, facing mounting debts, resorted to the Great Debasement, significantly reducing the silver content of English coins. The result was predictable: inflation surged, the purchasing power of the English pound plummeted, and economic hardship spread throughout the realm. Let's delve deeper into two specific historical examples: ancient Rome and Tudor England. In ancient Rome, the silver denarius, a coin renowned for its purity and stability, formed the backbone of the Roman monetary system. However, as the Roman Empire expanded, so did its military expenditures and the lavish lifestyles of its emperors. To finance their ambitions, Roman emperors, starting with Nero, began reducing the silver content of the denarius. Initially, these changes were subtle, but over time the silver content dwindled, and base metals were introduced. Predictably, people began hoarding the older, purer denarii, recognizing their intrinsic value. The debased coins, despite being legal tender, were spent as quickly as possible. This led to a shortage of good money, forcing emperors to further debase the currency, creating a vicious cycle of inflation and economic decline. Similar events unfolded in Tudor England under the reign of King Henry VIII. Facing mounting debts, Henry embarked on the Great Debasement, drastically reducing the silver content of English coins. The consequences were disastrous. Inflation skyrocketed, eroding the purchasing power of the English people. The debased coins circulated widely, while the older, purer coins vanished from circulation, hoarded by those who recognized their true value. The 16th and 17th centuries witnessed the rise of the Spanish Empire and its dominance over vast silver mines in the Americas. The influx of New World silver, while initially a boon, ultimately led to a classic example of Gresham's law playing out on a global scale. Spain's newfound wealth, fueled by massive silver shipments from Potosi in Bolivia and other American mines, flooded the European economy. The Spanish silver real, a silver coin of high purity, became the de facto global currency. However, the abundance of silver led to inflation as too much money chased too few goods. Prices rose across Europe, eroding the purchasing power of wages and savings. The Spanish economy, despite sitting atop a mountain of silver, suffered from a lack of diversification and competitiveness. The seemingly endless supply of silver encouraged a culture of profligacy, masking underlying economic weaknesses. As inflation eroded the value of silver, the Spanish real became increasingly less valuable, highlighting a crucial aspect of Gresham's law, the erosion of value through inflation. The American Civil War provides a compelling case study of Gresham's law in action. As the Union faced mounting war expenses, it resorted to printing paper money known as greenbacks to finance its war effort. These greenbacks, unlike gold and silver coins, were not backed by precious metals and were declared legal tender by the government. At the same time, gold and silver coins, seen as a safer store of value during times of uncertainty, were hoarded or driven out of circulation. People preferred to hold on to their precious metal currency, anticipating a potential decline in the value of greenbacks. As a result, the greenbacks, despite being legal tender, traded at a discount to gold. The value of greenbacks fluctuated throughout the war, reflecting the ebb and flow of battlefield fortunes and public confidence in the Union's ability to repay its debts. The Civil War experience demonstrates how Gresham's law can manifest even in the absence of explicit currency debasement. While the previous examples illustrate the gradual, insidious nature of Gresham's law, history also offers stark warnings of what happens when bad money completely overwhelms an economy. Hyperinflation, a catastrophic economic phenomenon, stands as a testament to the destructive power of unchecked monetary expansion and the ultimate failure of bad money. Weimar Germany, in the aftermath of World War I, offers a chilling example. Saddled with war reparations and facing economic turmoil, the Weimar government resorted to printing vast quantities of paper money to meet its obligations. This uncontrolled monetary expansion led to hyperinflation, as prices spiraled out of control. The German mark, once a symbol of stability, became virtually worthless. People needed wheelbarrows full of banknotes to buy basic necessities. Savings were wiped out, economic activity ground to a halt, and social unrest surged. More recently, Zimbabwe and Venezuela have faced similar hyperinflationary spirals. In both cases, a combination of factors, including government mismanagement, corruption, and excessive printing of money, led to a collapse in the value of their respective currencies. These extreme cases highlight a crucial point. Gresham's law is not just about the substitution of one type of money for another, it's about the erosion of trust in the monetary system itself. While Gresham's law explains the tendency of bad money to drive out good money, it's essential to recognize that this is not an immutable law of nature. Economic conditions and government policies can create scenarios where good money makes a resurgence. This is where Thiers' law, often presented as the inverse of Gresham's law, comes into play. Named after French statesman Adolphe Thiers, Thiers' law posits that when a government introduces a new currency that is perceived as superior, people will hoard the new, good money and continue to circulate the old, bad money. This can happen when a government implements sound monetary policies, such as returning to a gold standard or adopting a stable foreign currency. A case in point is the introduction of the euro in 1999, seen as a more stable and reliable currency than many of the national currencies it replaced. Thiers' law demonstrates that the relationship between good and bad money is not static, but dynamic. Understanding this interplay is crucial for policymakers who aim to maintain a stable and reliable monetary system. As we stand at the cusp of a new era in finance with the rise of digital currencies, mobile payments, and decentralized finance, the principles enshrined in Gresham's law remain as relevant as ever. The forms of money may evolve, but the underlying dynamics of trust, value, and the incentives that drive economic behavior remain constant. Will cryptocurrencies, with their decentralized nature and limited supply, usher in an era of good money? Or will governments and central banks adapt to the changing landscape, ensuring the continued relevance of fiat currencies? One thing is certain, the interplay between good and bad money, between trust and uncertainty, will continue to shape our economic destinies. By learning from the past, embracing innovation, and prioritizing sound monetary policy, we can shape a future where good money prevails, fostering economic growth and prosperity for all.